Yeah. No, see, meanwhile, I'm trying to calm down, kind of take it easy, and get myself
Calm
together.
down. You got to calm down. You got to calm down.
Meanwhile, my wife's on speed. So that's working really well.
Calm down. She's over the corner vibrating.
It's like, I think my thyroid medication's off. It's like having a 100-pound hummingbird, It's just...
And she doesn't walk. She just vibrates across the room like those guys on the little guys on the football, the old football thing where you put the quarter in, you start it and they would just kind of shake their way across the table.
Yeah, electric football or whatever that was.
Yeah, whatever that was called. I don't remember what that was called.
Yeah. Well, we sound okay over there. My microphone okay?
That sounds all right to me.
All right, so let's get this thing started. And welcome again to another episode of Drake and the Maestro, almost relevant. And
I never learned to read.
Right, you had something you were gonna.
Oh yeah, the 8 million dime.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd heard about it since we talked last, but a Western distribution truck rolled over in the middle of the night on a Texas freeway and spilled $800,000 worth of new dimes from the mint in Denver all over the road. Cool. 8 million dimes. There were videos of cops like sitting on the ground picking them out of the grass. They had a big vac truck out there, like they got the big hose on the arm just over the ditch.
So it kind of sound like me eating cheese balls, just gotta
or Jersey or the doggy eating her food.
Yeah, right.
Like a vacuum picking up pennies.
Yeah.
It was just really funny because there's all the cops out there like sitting on the ground, kneeling on the ground, picking through the grass, putting dimes in bags. Just
so the cops are out there with dime bags.
Yeah, they're making dime bags. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So wow, there you go.
There you go, folks. Your tax dollars hard at work
making them dime bags.
Can
you pick up a dime with a magnet? Or are they magnet?
Change is non-ferrous. All change is non-ferrous.
Well, that's what I thought because
it's made of nickel.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to try it now.
It's made of nickel.
I'm gonna have to try that now and verify that it's non-ferrous. I'm telling you, I too heard that news report, and I heard one news person saying their police are out there. They're out there with magnets picking them. Like,
yeah, they're full of crap. It's okay. So dimes and nickels are made of the same stuff that quarters are made of now. I have a quarter right here and a magnet.
All right, do it. Do the thing.
Non-ferrous. Not picking it up.
Yeah. All right. So there you go, people.
Is copper ferrous?
No, I don't think it is.
No, because it's copper.
Brass.
You know what
brass certainly isn't.
Do you know what the core of a dime is?
I'm getting. Hang on. I'm getting the wife Playus interruptus signals here. You ever women do that really good at that? They can gesture and I think women naturally know how to mime. Yeah, as she's telling me I'm number one right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. Oh,
what is this boy? What is it? Is Timmy down in the well?
That's right. No, she's digging out dimes. Okay.
You got a dime. Wow. Now you need a magnet.
Yeah. Well, the plate in my head is magnetic. At least the refrigerator magnets stay on at least.
Is your refrigerator running? Well, you better catch it.
Right. Okay. So the Maestro test has shown that change is not magnetic. So the police going around with magnets is not going to work.
It probably wasn't accurate. They were saying magnets, and they meant a big that thing. I saw the thing in the news report, and it wasn't a magnet. It was a big vac truck.
Right.
Like you would use for like vacuuming up leaves or fluids, like a pool.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool though? If it was a magnet and it was that size, that would be cool.
It's one of those crane things from a junkyard.
and they can give out MRIs while they're there.
Yeah, right.
Good grief. It was so funny. He's choking on his own words. Yeah,
that's right. Well, somebody told me to choke on it, and there you are.
How about we stay with the whole thing with wacky news reporters? Because we're gonna have to go to our Eye on Florida segment here. Yeah.
What'd you
Eye
do?
on Florida. Okay, well, there's a Florida man on the loose.
Angela Julian says her experience at an open house last summer still unsettles her, and now she knows she's not alone.
Came in looked around the house, asked questions, asked me to show him the backyard. So I showed him the backyard. Then he proceeded to tell me that I had an ant on my foot, and I started hopping around trying to figure out where the ant was.
The victims say they've been targeted by a man pretending to be a potential buyer. Several of them claim he used excuses like bugs or ants to get close and touch their feet.
I didn't see an ant, but he kept telling me that it went behind my shoe, and so he started to unbuckle my shoe and caress my foot.
Stop touching me!
That took a weird turn.
Then it took a weird turn.
Okay,
then
I'm thinking.
That's when it took the weird turn.
Right, yeah, right.
That's when, right. It
now,
wasn't the strange man booking an appointment
multiple.
And then going, here, let me get that bug off your feet.
He's a multiple booker, foot toucher person at large.
Isn't that like the like harassment or something?
Well, it's something.
Unwanted touching.
Yeah, but was one thing, if you notice in the clip, that realtor's way too calm about it, right? How many?
Well, you know what? If you're a realtor in Florida,
you see some stuff.
That's equivalent to doing a tour of duty overseas, like in an active war zone. You've seen things,
especially in Florida, man.
That's what I'm saying. And I think it's the closer you get to Key West, the weirder it gets, or the villages.
Well,
we're not going to talk about the villages and their multicolored loofahs.
Okay.
You don't want to know. I'm telling you, somebody told me, and I'm telling you, you don't want to know.
I didn't even know I didn't want to know until I knew.
And I'm telling you, you don't want to know.
So there.
Yeah.
That is our Eye on Florida segment.
Is that going to become like a regular thing now?
It could be. Listeners, let us know. You want more Eye on Florida? You want that to be a weekly bit? Huh?
Yeah. Is that moving? Is that a great bit?
Yeah. I also ran across something else this week, and that would be unusual car accessory.
Oh, I was going to say marsupials.
Well, my wife's talking to one of her friends, and they're talking about the GPS voice. You know, how, turn left.
Yeah, the prison warden?
Right. See your death, whatever.
Well, no, it's like every time I've had a female, unless I go in and customize it, every time I get a female GPS voice, it's like, turn left at the next corner. It's like, calm down.
It's all German.
Yeah. It's a German prison warden. Every time.
It's all German prison warden or Beulah Ballbreaker. And I was just saying that I had customized mine to sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Turn left at the corner.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
But I don't want to go to get to the chopper. Okay. And that brought out.
You made me miss at my paperwork.
That brought out. Oh, that's not a euphemism, eh? Oh.
No,
it's a derby.
I feel like I'm doing some quick paperwork here for tomorrow. And we were talking about Florida, and I wrote down Kalamazoo, Florida for my pickup location. And that is not accurate.
Got to be careful. You're going to get a ticket for distracted podcasting.
Oh, no. A 412. Yeah. What's a 412?
Tune in next week when the Maestro says.
Yes.
I just started looking at what I had in my files for goofy, fun, or weird auto accessories. Because, I have that group for vintage cars and all that.
Yeah.
In no particular order, this is what I dug up, right? Uh-oh. My favorite vintage auto accessories from like the 20s or 30s. It's a canvas bag with hooks.
Put over your wife's head?
Well, I think that started. Try getting it on there when the thyroid med isn't right. Good luck.
Well, they were a lot more docile back then. With the lobotomies and all.
Mother's little helper. Hello, can I have some more Vicodin? Sure.
Or
whatever that game was. It Vicodin? No, it wasn't.
It wasn't Vicodin. It was
Valium.
Xanax. It predates Valium. It predates Xanax, but it does the same thing.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones did a whole song about that. Yeah. We'll just call it Mother's Little Helper. Anyway, there was a bag with a kind of like a really big poodle purse, like really big. I mean, big enough for an Irish setter,
Arf.
And the hooks. So what you did is you put the dog in the bag, which, and then you close the bag up.
In the bag.
The dog goes in the bag. The bag goes on the running board of the car, and the hooks hook into the window channel.
Oh, I've seen that. Well, yeah, the dog's just hanging off the side of the car.
Right. We call that the Romney,
Yeah. We put him on the roof. He loves it.
Right. Well, I mean, a dog for a dog. I mean, how many dogs don't love sticking their head out while they're going down the road, right?
Right. This is just the full body version.
It's the full body. Yeah. The full Monty body doggy thingy.
Well, you got to entertain him somehow, right?
Yeah. I'll keep him on his toes.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Poor little guy. He was just running to keep up.
Oh my gosh. I about wet myself with that scene on National Lampoon
Vacation.
Vacation.
The best scene of Family Vacation.
The cop comes up and pulls the frayed dog leash. It comes like poor little thing, probably kept up for a mile or so.
Or two.
I like dogs.
Chevy Chase's character's trying not to laugh.
That's right, because the dog's been biting him and peeing in the sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. But nothing but a menace.
Yeah. Oh, what a funny movie. Now, I'm not talking about the second one. I'm talking about the first one, not the remake. The remake had its own
Moose
things,
out front should have told you.
Yeah, should have.
Hey, we got to move this. We got to move this along.
All right, yeah.
So turn to the Family Vacation, the podcast.
That's right. So we got the Romney. The next thing, like I said, and I've had these, are the fake bullet holes.
Oh, yeah. You had real bullet holes.
Well, I've had both. I've had the fake ones, and I've had the real ones. I can tell you the real ones are cheaper to install, and they look very authentic.
Yeah, they might cut. They look very good. They look very authentic because they are.
Right. And for the cost of a couple of rounds, you got the real thing.
And possibly your life, you get authentic bullet holes in your car.
Right.
But your life is a small price to pay for fashion. Ask every supermodel.
Hey, you catch some shrapnel, chicks dig scars. Come on.
Right.
All right.
Step on an IED, catch some shrapnel.
That's what, because what happened to you? I caught some shrapnel. Oh, really? What were you doing? I was shooting my car. Oh, it does look nice. Yeah.
That's Dad's shooting car. Only 3 more payments and it's ours.
That's right. All right. How about, and I bet you could use this on your truck, dry transfers to spice up the unused buttons on the dash. Some cars, if you don't have every single option, you've got some like dummy buttons, right? Like you got your traction control, and then next to it, there's just blanks. These are dry transfers with like the universal symbols that you see in car interiors that give you different options.
Excuse me.
Are you going to be all right over there? You sure?
Well, you know what? My body's like turning off for the night. Old man. Well, some of us don't get to sleep till noon.
We'll send you over some of the stuff my wife's taking. Woohoo.
You should try some.
You won't sleep for the next 4 days.
Yeah. You know what else does that? Meth.
Right. Yeah. So you got like an invisibility button with a symbol for invisibility, an ejection seat button, missiles, ludicrous speed, right?
I like the ones that they look like plane switches, and they have release the Kraken and chemtrails
from that aerospace company. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do those. Same thing, same idea. You could definitely do those.
Same idea.
Yeah. And there's so you just rub, I guess, dry transfers, right? So you just clean up the surface and rub it, and that's it. You're done. So you could transform the interior of your car into a real cockpit. Or if you want something simpler, there is a cigarette lighter that, those emergency stop buttons that are on industrial shop tools, the big red, round.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you can get a cigarette lighter.
Just walk up and slap one of those.
Yeah. Everything shuts down. The place goes dark. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a good time. So it's got one of those red buttons on it like that on the cigarette lighter. And it just says fire, like fire missiles. Yeah.
Too
so
close for guns, switching to missiles.
Right.
When you close for missiles, switching to guns.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. When you go to press your cigarette lighter to activate it, you can pretend you're firing the missiles.
Who does that anymore?
Oh, what, cigarette lighter or missiles?
Well, the cigarette lighter, because if you give me enough missiles, I'm here. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking. All right. And from the generation that grew up on Nickelodeon, right?
Me.
There's like a cleaning slime putty gel stuff. Like you get those hard.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So silly.
It doesn't work. Super good. None of that works.
Oh.
There was a YouTube channel that has a whole thing about trying crappy TikTok car accessories.
Well then we'll move on from that. How about?
No, it's funny.
How about the Volvo for the Volvo S80? Right, the Sierra 80.
Yeah, I heard you.
Anti-kidnapping sensor. Now there's an accessory I didn't even know existed. Anti-kidnapping. Yes, it's a thing. So. The S80 came with an anti-kidnapping sensor, and what it would do is it would sense certain biometrics in the car, like a heartbeat or movement or stuff like that, and send an alert to the fob to let you know that there's somebody in your car before you get to your car.
To let you know you may have accidentally kidnapped someone.
Right. Or your dog woke up or whatever. But apparently it didn't catch on, and it's not in current Volvo models.
You don't say.
You
don't say the anti-kidnapping sensor didn't catch on.
Yeah, it didn't.
I'm sure it wasn't a real big hit with all the kidnappers that are driving Volvos.
Are they stolen Volvos? Did they kidnap their previous victim and take their car?
Listen, I have an S90 or S70 that I can barely start with the key, let alone someone trying to steal it.
Well, they want to steal you. That's a kidnapping sensor.
Well, I'm just saying. You said stolen Volvo, and I just had to laugh to myself because, who's going to steal one of those? Good luck.
Gotta want it.
Want it. Yeah,
you gotta want it.
Nobody wanted those cars when they were new.
And that went the way of the Mercedes perfume dispenser. That was a thing, too, apparently.
The perfume dispenser.
You want to be properly perfumed in your car when you get out of the car. Right. I would think that would be a great anti-theft device, too, depending on how you want to spritz it up. When you leave the car, switch the canister over to that fart smell stuff. So the person sits down in your car to steal it, and they get sprayed with that really awful smelling. All right, let's move on.
Yeah. No. I got you. Yeah.
What started all this, though, was in 1958, Hertella Auto Coffee Machine, right?
Is that like a cup holder coffee machine?
It's German.
Well, of course it's German.
There have been different kinds of coffee makers available for automobiles for quite some time, but it took the Germans in 56 or 59 to come up with the ultimate skull-crushing coffee machine. Now, those 50s cars, right? We have one. 50s Mercedes, no different. Everything's metal, right? Everything's metal. Maybe some Bakelite, but it's all pretty bone-crushing. This particular auto coffee machine, because it's caffeine with a K, right? Of course it is hard mounted to the dash. If a normal car, you have this column shifter, like for your Prindle, for your up park, reverse, neutral, all that on a American car. Well, in place of that, if you don't have a Prindle, so let's say you got a Mercedes or a Mustang or something with a floor shifter, you can put this coffee machine, and it mounts to the column and the dash, and it's a steel percolator with
that's good,
with a metal tray that juts out just shy of the wheel for your convenience. And
to conveniently drop the coffee maker in your lap.
Oh, it's worse. The coffee maker is this big polished stainless steel urn that it's a percolator, and it's mounted right to the dash, right in the crush zone, shall we say. And the tray juts out from the machine, and it has a magnet in the cup. It's in your lap, and it's got a porcelain cup like you would get at a hotel, right? The only difference is the bottom of the cup has a magnet in it, and it holds it to the circular indentation on the tray while driving.
Well, that's nice because at least then when you cross into Indiana from Ohio and you get shuttered all over the place, your coffee percolator won't go flying into your face.
Or the cup, right? Because the cup is being held on with this powerful magnet, right?
Right.
And the bottom of the percolator, there's one of those valve things, that little nozzle, and the coffee runs. You can open the nozzle, and it'll fill your cup, right? Just like you would at a hotel or whatever. It's just a small version of those big catering hotel percolators that you see. Yeah, only this is a little one. Probably holds 3 cups, 2 cups, something like that. And it's all metal and porcelain, and it's right there where if you have to jam on the brakes, your face is going right into it. So you get 140 degrees of coffee plus all the stainless steel right there headed for your noggin. It's awesome. It is a tribute to the tech of the 50s.
Nice.
But what I found the most disturbing of the whole thing, because I could work with everything else, is that it was just a standard coffee cup. There's no top on it. They solved the problem of the cup slipping off the tray and having a place to put the cup.
But not the coffee just sliding all over inside the cup,
That's right. I guess they assume you're going to pour yourself half a cup or something like that, and then drive it while you have coffee in the coffee cup. You're going to be holding it, right? Because otherwise, you put it on that tray, you're wearing it automatically. It's you've got to be holding the thing and drinking.
Yeah, otherwise it's just going to go. Blah, 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 blah.
Right. That opens up another problem because if you look at the picture I'll put up for those on Rumble, it's pictured in a Mercedes with a floor shifter. Right. Not only do you have to hold your coffee, you got to shift the car too and steer. And I mean, it's a serious thing. I love it. It is truly a tribute to the 50s. Yeah.
They invented the mobile Keurig before a Keurig was a thing.
That's right. Now, maybe the intent was
we need a there needs to be a mobile Keurig.
Hey, Keurig, if you're out there, there you go.
We claim it. You got to pay for it if you want it.
That's right. And you could just what you do is you would make that as just a travel cup. You just pop the Keurig thing in the top, press the button, and it's making coffee for you while you go to your car and drop it in the cup holder.
Here's what you do. You fill it up with water before you leave the house, right?
Right.
The travel cup. And then you put the Keurig thing in the top. Ooh, I got one better. Because most people use those big tumbler things, right? Like the Stanley Quencher or whatever.
Right.
For coffee, which is like an insane amount. That's 40 ounces of coffee.
Yeah. But it also never mind. Because you don't really consume coffee, you just rent it anyway.
Yeah, it's just temporarily taking up space. But so you make a big Keurig thing that holds like 2 cups that'll make 40 ounces of coffee, and you just put it in there, and then it runs it through a heating element, like it plugs into your car, and it runs it through like one of those tankless water heater heating element things that's in the lid that then just puts it through the Keurig cups back into the cup.
Right. Brilliant. It'll be $500. Yeah. Taking pre-orders now.
Whenever you Venmo us the money, we'll get it to you eventually.
Correct. All right. Since we flogged this thing to death, I'm going to wrap it up with the awesomest, the best, greatest of all time, the GOAT, if you will, vintage auto accessory, and it has to come from none other than J.C. Whitney, right?
Well, of course,
J.C. Whitney, and it is, drum roll, Winky the Cat and Friends.
Oh, is that like that waving cat thing?
Yeah, where the eyes light up for brake, stop, and turns indicators. So
yeah.
You can get a cat, you can get a dog, you get a tiger, and of course the original one is Winky. That's the cat. And when you put on the brakes, both eyes light up, and then left turn, the left eye flashes, right turn, right eye flashes. I
want one of those now.
Yes. So J.C. Whitney
is animals you can get
a tiger and a dog, and I think the dog is wearing like a Scottish toque or something on his head.
Oh yeah,
like he's ready to go golfing or something. Yeah, and they had the cat also with like a bobblehead where you go up and down as the suspension, as your car jostles up and down, it kind of does a floating bobbly head thing, but you couldn't get those together from what I remember. You couldn't get the bobblehead critter or Winky the Cat. You couldn't get Winky the Cat as a bobblehead, which is unfortunate because that would be awesome. But yeah, it was Winky. So Winky and Friends, ultimate in my estimation, vintage car accessory.
See, you said Winky, and now that just makes me think of the ghosts from Pac-Man.
Right, wasn't that Blinky? Was the ghost?
Well, it was Winky, Blinky, Inky, and Clyde.
And Nye, yes,
No, Clyde.
Clyde, yes, right. There's
Inky, Blinky, Winky, and Clyde. There's 4 of them.
Right.
So you got Blinky the cat and Blinky the ghost.
There you go. Do we need to go? We were gonna do Maestro's therapy corner, but does Maestro have anything for the therapy related for his corner this week?
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Eat that piece of cake. Buy it from the store. Go out to the store and get Swiss rolls. Just do it.
All right. That's
or whatever
you heard
your
it
comfort
here.
food is. Every now and again, get your comfort food. Just do it.
Treat yourself. Yeah. There
treat
you
yourself.
Go.
Make it small. Don't treat yourself by maxing your credit cards out and putting yourself into irreversible debt. That doesn't work well. But buy an extra French fry when you're at McDonald's today or something. I don't know.
So there it is, straight from Maestro's therapy corner. Treat yourself. Well done. Our brand new heat pump here at the compound decided
is it pumping heat?
Well, it is. It's malfunctioning. So it's supposed to be air cooling, right? And it was stuck in heat pump mode. So it was heating instead.
Did you try hitting it with a hammer?
No, because it's brand new and under warranty.
Did you try hitting it with a warranty hammer?
What concerned me as after I realized what was going on was that we were out on expedition and the doggo was at home. But I thought, no problem. We're got the air conditioning's on for her if she needs it, right? Little did I know that if the air conditioning had come on, because it came on later, it was heat. It was in heat mode, even though the thermostat was telling it cooling. So I'm watching the temperature on the thermostat. It's set in the 70s, and the temperature inside the house is creeping up towards the 80s.
Cool.
Right? Which means since the thermostat thinks it's got the cooling cycle running, but the heat pump is running
even harder
in heat mode, it's going to crank itself up and go, okay, well, I guess I'm not heating enough. I better go crazy here because it's not the temperature in the house isn't coming down. It's going up. Well, it's going up because you're stuck in heat mode. No, that would never happen. So,
me never.
Nah. As it turns out, the one bit of control wiring that wasn't replaced when they did the heat pump that I said, hey, you might want to replace that wiring. And they looked at it and said, no, that's right. He's got imagination. They looked at the wiring and said, then we can get away with this. Well, they couldn't because
apparently they couldn't.
Not even a year in service, going through one winter season and the wiring failed.
You get that sometimes. Those big jobs.
Yep. So now they got to put new wiring in for the thermostat. And of course, I redid all the millwork around in that room where the thermostat's located. I redid the millwork, and I would have been nice to be able to move the thermostat to a slightly different place.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we had to leave it where it was because the wiring is no. So now all the fancy millwork is done, including a notch for the thermostat. And now they're going to have to tear all the millwork out to put a new wire in. And I can put the thermostat where I want, but everything's been pre-done for the thermostat. So if I want to move the thermostat, I got to redo all the millwork and the artwork on the wall. Oh. I know. First word problems.
First word? I mean, yeah, it probably is your first word. So,
First world. Yeah. Anyhow, aftermath of that, since we didn't have air conditioning, right? There was no way for us to turn that on. And we only had heat. I'm trying to cool down the house. We open up all the windows when the sun goes down. Try to get some airflow through the place, cool it off, because it had been running in heat mode, right?
Right.
And my wife figures that's the perfect time to fire up the oven and bake some bread.
Yeah.
Like, why? Got the windows open. There's a reasonably small but effective breeze coming through. Why is it getting warmer in here? Like, the oven. I smell bread baking.
That's not me having a stroke.
Well, for a minute there, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm getting hot flashes and I smell fresh bread. Maybe I am having a stroke because everything
go to the doctor.
Everything tasted purple for just a moment. But no, she was just baking. She was baking bread. I didn't even get upset. I was like, yeah, that's about right.
That's about right. Did you notice it was getting a little warm in here? Yeah, I noticed. Did you think maybe now was the best time to be making bread?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Clearly.
Exactly.
Do you want to try that again? No, I'm okay.
All right. So we do more wacky stuff from the news?
I don't know. Do we need to?
This is well, maybe. This is a doozy.
Okay.
Woman is arrested for serving Jello shots to an elementary school class.
Oh, I saw that headline.
Yeah. Apparently it gets really weird. She was going to bring the Jello. It was a celebration. I don't know what it was. Was it Christmas thing or whatever they had? One of those in class. We're going to have a little party thing, right?
Sure. Let's pretend I know what you're talking about and move on.
It was like for fifth graders, and let's just say it was a Christmas party or whatever. Right. And she's going to bring the Jello. Now, I've made Jello not more than one on more than one occasion. It's not that difficult. Well, no, it's something to brag about because it's really easy. Hot water, Jello.
To say brag about it.
Yeah. Okay. And it's fifth graders. Right. And so she went to Facebook Marketplace. Marketplaced? Sure.
Your old age is starting to show there, killer.
And bought Jello shots rather than making it. She just wanted to buy it.
But
right?
They're fifth graders.
Right. Well, yeah. she apparently missed the part on the listing that where it says that they're contained alcohol, right?
They're
And
Jello shots.
And she brought them to the 5th grade Christmas party. Now,
they're Jello shots.
Right. Now, I again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been to the grocery store, Walmart, whatever, and I've seen Jello in cups. It's right next to the pudding.
Yep.
You can get, if you don't want the hassle of making Jello, you can go to your local Walmart or the grocer of your choice that sells Jello and get the pre-made Jello in cups right there on the shelf. But maybe that was too expensive. Were these Jello shots cheaper on Facebook Market?
And then that brings up the question of, do you really want to trust those?
Well, that's what I was going for. I'm like, they get some Jello shots with a side of fentanyl, or I don't know, do they have a disclaimer that
cocaine
says
for those fifth graders? Right.
Well, it wasn't Florida, it was Texas, so there are no 5th graders over there that we know of, at least. That would have been on. If it was, it would have been on our Eye on Florida segment.
Yes, the 5th gator,
but
not the 4th gator, the 5th gator.
The 5th gator. Have you seen? You've seen them. Like if you pick up a prepackaged thing of food and it says made in the facility with tree nuts and whatever, in case you got some of those,
yeah. It may contain peanut particles because of whatever.
Right. Well, this one say made in the facility that may contain fentanyl, cocaine,
LSD.
Because it's Facebook Marketplace. First of all, I don't think I want to buy anything on Facebook Market that's a consumable.
I was going to say, if it's going to go in my body, I'm not interested in getting that on Facebook Marketplace.
Right. Let alone if you're bringing it for kids, For kids. So she got them on Facebook Marketplace, brought them in, and apparently few teachers were like, and the kids, they were drinking. I guess the kids had them, and all the affected
These
kids.
Taste funny.
Yes.
Because they're 5th graders. They're like 7. No, wait.
10.
10. So, yeah, in my outrage, it was bad.
Some of them, we can laugh now because this was during Christmas time and everybody's okay. But some of the kids were passed out. Some of them had stomach distress.
That used to be like medical advice, like, oh, your toddler won't go to sleep. Give them some brandy. They'll be fine.
And the woman says in the police report, she says, the shots do taste different, but then she brought them to the party anyway.
Oh, yeah, they taste different. So that brings up more questions of how much of a functioning alcoholic are you?
Yeah, because the kids are reporting stomach aches, headaches. One, just having trouble staying on their feet, vomiting, passing out, right? Some of the teachers could taste the alcohol, and they sent all the kids who had eaten them to the nurse's office. Only 4 kids stayed behind. So the kids all had them.
There's 4 kids that are real boring in that class.
Or they're functional alcoholics.
Well,
I was thinking, got any more of them Jello? Got any more of them Jello shots? That was good. Took the edge off. Got any more?
Yeah, it really calms the shakes.
Those kids are used to drinking early,
Well, their mom is still following the medical advice I just gave, which is, your infant won't go to sleep. Give him a little brandy. It'll be fine.
Well, and some of the teachers were tasting the alcohol, and they're not going, wait, hold on. And they're not stopping the kids,
They'll figure it out.
They did. And they did figure it out.
Well, I've had some off Jello. I've had Jello shots as well, but I've had some off Jello that's maybe go. So if you're not expecting alcohol, you might be thinking, "Oh, this is just funny tasting Jello. This is really weird."
Yeah. Okay. All right. I was just thinking if you're having a party for the kiddos and people are bringing in their homemades and something tastes off, maybe you don't want to partake. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
have the Susie's mom was baking a little heavy with the sherry wine again.
That's right. Yeah. You mean I brought the alcohol? So that was
maybe that rum cake that you made isn't the best for the 5th graders. I don't know.
Hey, it all bakes off. It's fine. It all bakes.
Yeah. Ask the Jello shots how that worked out for him.
I've got to pick on my nephew too. He's back on leave. and he's lost a
Drugged as a
bunch of
skunk?
weight. He's lost a bunch of weight. He's got himself under control, which is really good. Because there's nothing worse than a drunk sailor. There's a whole song about it.
Yeah, there's a whole song. I was going to say there's a whole song about it.
He was starting to develop a boiler, and
Well, he works with the boilers. You might as well have a boiler.
Well, no, that's the boiler stays on the boat. It doesn't come with you.
No, well, not with that attitude, it doesn't.
And I mean, he's really lost. You really see it in his face. It's like, how big was my head? Anyway.
I was going to say, how big was his head? It's barely looked like the Kool-Aid Man. No one to tell him.
He's doing reduced carbs and stuff, and good for him.
I suppose,
Yeah. And I had to give. I was 100% supportive. I wasn't mocking him until we got together for his birthday party. It was really good. It's a typical family thing. My family, as you know, anytime there's a get together, it's all food, right? It's pretty hard to stay chaste, and because it's all food, carbohydrates, everything.
Yes, it's death by carbohydrates. You're going to eat yourself into a coma.
It is. And so he's watching his carbs, and I'm in there with him because I am too, right? So I brought a big salad and
I also watch my carbs. I
watch them go down my gullet.
I was gonna say I watched them go from my plate to my mouth. That's how I watched them.
So he did it. It was great. I mean, good for him. He's doing all that. And even when it came time to the cake, which is, let's face it, cake is nothing but a frosting delivery system, right?
Yeah, cake is also a sometimes food.
Right. And so rather than have a serving himself, he just had some of the wife's frosting, which we're not going to get into.
Careful there. That's almost a euphemism.
That's right. His wife's cake frosting. And it's good with that. So it's good. So he went through the whole meal, survived the carbs. I did too. It was great. I was giving him kudos, and we're getting ready to head out. I see him back in the kitchen walking around eating out a bag of Cheeto.
What are you doing? You might as well just have the piece of cake.
Just have that cake.
No, so my therapy corner ties back into your story here.
Yeah, cheat yourself.
Treat yourself. Yeah, well, treat yourself. I said treat yourself, not cheat yourself.
I said cheat yourself.
Well, that's what he's doing.
Well,
dork.
Well, it's just like, I'll have a double, triple fat burger with extra bacon, extra cheese, supersized fries.
And a Diet Coke.
And a Diet Coke. Yep. And
at this point, some of us just prefer the flavor, okay?
I read it for the articles. Yeah. Well, you got to know what carbs you want. Do you want your carbs coming from a cup of sugar in your drink? Or do you want your carbs coming from deep fried, fat fried potatoes and a greasy cheeseburger? Choose your carbs, right? Choose your carbs and choose wisely, I guess.
Choose your fighter?
The sad thing is, I understand it, which disturbs me all as well. I get it.
Aw.
You want to enjoy your carbs, so you pick the carbs you want to enjoy. That's all.
Yeah. Truly.
Yeah.
Is that your life advice? You want to enjoy your carbs, you pick the carbs you want to enjoy?
It is. That's my therapy corner for this week.
Well, good for you.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to tell the listeners?
Yes, I do. I think you should be proud of yourself. There's another company taking your ad advice. Remember the ad we were talking about that you really liked? I thought was funny too. Where it was I shipped pants for
I shipped my pants. Yeah. I shipped the bed.
I shipped my bed. I shipped, right? Because it was like Kmart offering free shipping or whatever.
Yeah, it was Kmart or Target offering free shipping.
Yeah. There's another company out there that's in the moisture control business, and their new tagline slogan is, "Oh, damp."
Damp?
Yeah, damp. So
I just want to make sure I heard it correctly.
Right. Well, you're supposed to not sure even whether or not you heard it right. That's the whole idea. Just like shipping your pants.
Yeah, I shipped my.
Which is not to be confused with the woman caught in a road rage incident in Delaware who shipped the hood of someone else's car in road rage.
Yeah, she did. That was wild.
Oh my!
I saw
and
that
wasn't even Florida.
Oh, it's
Delaware.
Coming to a city near you.
And I like how when they're putting her in the squad car, she's like, "I've got a medical problem." I'm like, "Yes, you do."
Yeah, it's called swamp ass.
Oh, and the one person interviewing her said, "Did you wipe?" Like, oh,
did you wipe? I didn't know I was interviewing her because that would have been my first question.
It was either it was on camera, and so it was either coming from the person interviewing her or one of the burnt out cops that had to deal with it. Because
Either way, funny.
Yeah, very funny. So, oof.
And on that
So
disappointment,
yeah, on that disappointment, I think it's probably time to go.
I was gonna say it must be it's time to
Yeah,
leave.
there's no way.
topping that one.
No,
There's no topping that one.
it's all downhill from here. So
Yeah.
if you want to complain about
comedy right there.
if you want to complain about our content or have any suggestions, stories, arguments, you can get a hold of us at Drake and Maestro. That's Drake and Maestro.
Were you fondled by a weird man in Florida and you're a real estate agent? Let us know.
Show us where the bad man touched you.
Yeah,
that was the thing about that
weird man touched you.
I don't know if I said it, but the thing in Florida, that woman was way too calm about.
You did.
Right?
You mentioned it.
Did I? Because like most women, if you got insects in your shoes, they're jumping around like a pogo stick. Like, get it off, get it off, get it off. And this woman's like, yeah, he said that, and then he took the shoe, and then it got weird. And because realtors,
because then I said, and that's right. That's when it got weird.
Yeah, realtors are ruthless. This could all be staged to get publicity.
Was she showing them around a house?
No, to get into the news article, create the news article, to get more FaceTime, if you will. Because people seem.
Wait, was one of her real estate signs in the background?
Oh, we better go back and watch the clip. It might have been, yes.
Because that's if it is, this might all be fake. That's diabolical. I love it.
Yeah. She clearly made sure her name got out there multiple times.
Yeah, don't forget to mention my name. Yeah, we got it, lady. No, seriously, mention my name. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, whatever.
Right. Could be, yeah, because like I said, realtors are really ruthless when it comes to...
I don't know about you. But I know in my personal experience, if some weirdo came to me and was like, hey, you got a bug in your shoe, let me take that off for you. I'd be like, don't touch me. I'll take care of it. Go over there.
And you're not even a chick. I think aren't women just a little more sensitive about the touching than men?
You're the married one. Ask your wife.
I don't know. You've had contact with women, although now you have to stay 500 feet away.
Well, that's from schools.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't appreciate the clown makeup the last time.
Well, and next time, don't get the Jello shots on Facebook, okay?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't for anything bad. It was just, I scared some kids with a clown makeup, and then the next thing you know, you're a band, and
maybe you shouldn't just wear that around all the time.
It was just those big shoes. They're so comfortable.
Yeah, works well on the pedals in the cab, doesn't it? Yeah, you can heel toe and clutch all at the same time.
Yeah, you got a lot of material to swing with. Make sure you're covering multiple pedals at once.
That's right. Anyhow,
and on that disappointment, we really should end.
Yeah, just leave a comment. That's always good. We like to see those comments.
Yeah.
I forget what else I'm supposed to say when we're signing off.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, and share and stuff, please.
And junk.
Thanks to everybody listening. Thanks to our military people. Thanks to the CIA listening post. I know you're still out there. And adios. Breathing. Are you going to say adios to the listeners?
Oh, adios, listeners.
Arrivederci. Hasta la vista.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos, caballeros. Will you get out of here?
Craziest thing. I'm wheeling myself back out, and I hear crunching. I look back. It's my nephew walking around with a big bag of Cheetos. Fortunately, he's in the Navy, and he's used to some good-natured ribbing. So good on him.
Navy.
Well, I'm actually pretty proud of him. I mean, he's really turned himself around. He's got some rank now and some experience.
Did he play the hokey pokey?
He did turn himself around. I don't know about the hokey pokey, but there was definitely monkey business. I don't know.
Oh, that's why I couldn't log into our X. I haven't logged into it in so long. It logged me out, and then my account's been locked due to suspicious activity.
Yeah, well, they must have watched that last podcast that you had up there. Okay.
They finally figured out we were posting podcast stuff and went, hey.